Throughout history, music has been an integral part of human interaction, culture, and community.
In the modern day, we often associate music with the apps on our phones, but throughout most of history, music has been performed somewhere, by someone, to some people.
Even with the rise of recording and playback technology, audiophiles and aficionados still flock to see their favourite acts and artists live at gigs and festivals. In the process, strangers meet, relationships grow, and communities form. Tonight, we're going to do a sociological exploration into the importance of music venues as places in connecting strangers by placing people with shared cultural interests in immediate geographical proximity. To do this, I'm going to one of Brisbane's premier live music spaces, my old workplace and personal favourite venue, the Triffid.
I've come here tonight to be with my community to see drum and bass legend Andy C headline a sold-out show. But before I enjoy the show, what I really want to hear is the anecdotal experiences of the fans. I'm going to ask some strangers about their experiences interacting with other people at gigs like this one.
Do I look at the camera?
But before I do that, I got here nice and early to talk to the expert, local legend and venue manager, Toby, and asked a little bit about the venue.
So Tobes, a bloke called Grnd defined places as having 3 necessary and sufficient features: geographic location, material form, and investment with meaning and value. So, where are we? What stuff is here? And what does it all mean?
The Triffid. It's in Newstead. It's a 800 pax venue, a very cozy 800. It has a big beer garden. It's kind of a one-stop shop, I guess, where, you know, you're not just lined up outside.
How many bars do you have total?
So one in the beer garden, one in the main room inside, one up in the mezzanine. That's French for balcony.
Why do all of this? Why put all of this stuff here?
I guess in my brain, it should be like escapism. That's why I don't like people talking about politics or religion at the speakeasy, you know? Like, you're here to escape all that bull. So, sort of, somewhere to go to turn your brain off, even for a few hours, have a few beers, have a boogie, talk to some fellow weirdos. A music venue is a bit different in regard to like a nightclub where it's just a mixing pot of sort of random people just all thrown together. I guess here at the Triffid or any music venue, you're all in a place with a bunch of like-minded people because everyone's here for the sort of the same thing. They share that bond, you know. I like that T-shirt, you know. I like that band, and then you end up just sort of chatting to someone and having a conversation.
Another bloke, Strauss, made a distinction between locations and locales. He said locations are places where only people with similar values and identities are likely to be found. And in contrast, a locale is a public area that draws itself to different sorts of people. Is the Triffid a location, a locale, or something in between?
I would probably say locale if I had to pick. Because you get so many different people here in 1 week.
Hello.
Yeah, cool. Hey. Good, thank you. Sorry. We're just
To film him.
doing some things.
No, honestly, okay. On a weird note, like, what are you actually filming?
It's lovely to meet you. I'm Liam.
Liam Towner.
Tiana, I'll be over in a second.
I'll be over in a second.
Okay, sounds good.
Smoking sections really bring people together.
Yeah, completely. Completely. Tobes, cheers for your time next to Steve, mate. Bloody brilliant.
Now that I've gotten the lay of the land from the expert, I perched myself up in a corner of the smoking section and waited for strangers to come to me who wanted to have a chat.
I'll get your consent to film the interview because that's good practice.
Yep.
So, have you ever made friends with a stranger at a gig?
Yeah, actually, sometimes I have.
Yeah. I can't even count how many times.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Absolutely. Heaps. Yeah.
Heaps, yeah.
100%.
Yep.
100%. 1,000%, my friend, yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, excellent.
It's not hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Especially me, I don't know about you, but
I find friends at every gig I go
Yeah.
to.
it's just easy. Like, you're already like a bit drunk or maybe a bit fucked up or anything like that. You just start talking to randoms, especially in smokers or anything like that.
Yes.
So it's like,
I've parked up here for a reason. The smokers is definitely the area. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I always make strangers at gigs. It's just like you go out to a smokers area and you just find a lonely looking person and you just start chatting to them, and then before you know it, you're like you're best friends. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's crazy, eh?
All the socials given to each other, everything else like that, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you find you've got the same interests as this bloke, and you've never met him before, and like before you know it, you invite him over to your house and to live, to stay, to who knows what.
Which is kind of funny. So my dad used to go to these kind of events, and then I never used to be in it until I met these two boys that had met my friend Jack, and then they had shown me what drum and bass is, basically. So I'm only here tonight because of my friend who met two friends on a night out. That's all led up to this event where we're going out on a night out, and now I've met you, which is pretty cool.
Awesome. So you guys were strangers and now you're friends.
Yeah, literally complete strangers, and yeah, we're here on a work and holiday visa, so we don't know a lot of people. So to bump into people that like the same sort of stuff, you know, is wicked.
Strangers that you never speak to again, but these are my first strangers that I've actually created a friendship with.
Yeah, I think you make hundreds of friends over a night out, especially at a gig, but whether you keep in contact with them or not is a different story. But obviously, you know, Jack and I did, and Connor and I.
So the majority of those people, do you reckon they're part of your community still, or is it kind of only the close friends that are really a part of your community?
I think it depends on the, well, I mean, you all listen to a certain genre of music, so I think you're all kind of collective in a community anyway. I think that's part of it. Whether you continue that community outside of the genre of music and within friendships, different. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, but I think when you listen to the same sort of music, it's part of the community, whether you like it or not.
The people you met at gigs, are they now a part of your community?
Yeah, for sure. Like after the first interaction, the like-mindedness, growing from that, inviting each other out to different events and stuff like that, it's kind of turned into a little bit of a community. We've got like, what, 10, 12 of us now?
I'd say like over the last year, we've just gathered like 10 or 12 people just from meeting them like in like situations like this, and then before you know it, they just want to go to the next event and the next event after that.
Yeah, sick.
And before you know it, you just got this little crew of of people who just like want to go out and just have a good time.
And no matter where I'm at, I love drum and bass music, and I just seek that out wherever I'm going, and I know that the people that I find at these kinds of gigs are just like good people.
And so your community is the drum and bass crowd here tonight?
Yeah. And Facebook groups as well.
True. Interesting.
Yeah.
So like Facebook groups are like an extension of that, or is it like,
Well, I didn't, because like I'm from England, so when I've come to Brisbane, like I don't know that many people, so I want to go to drum and bass nights, like I want to go like dubstep, whatever, and that's how you meet people, like with the same similar interests of like music.
So do you think your community is going to be here tonight?
If they are, I haven't seen them for a long time, and I hope so.
Given that making friends with strangers at a gig was a unanimous and enjoyable experience amongst interviewees, I wanted to further investigate how they perceived the place they were in and the strangers around them. Did they believe they were in a public locale filled with cultural strangers, or a parochial location where they were surrounded by people similar to them whose biographies they just didn't know yet?
The people you don't know here tonight, strangers in a cultural sense or just a biographical one? So are they like completely different to you, or they're just people you don't know yet?
I feel like to me, they're just people I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Like they're ravers. Like you eventually get to know them all at some point.
No, this is cool, man. It's like new people, but the same people.
So I look at the world as each person is they have their own views. You know, you can, something like music, something you can share with multiple people, but still be different at the same time.
Just people I don't know yet.
Yeah, but most of the people here, you think you probably have the same...
We could be mates.
I just don't know them yet.
There's people I don't know yet, bro. Yeah. I accept everyone for who they are and whatever beliefs they choose.
Just people I don't know yet.
Yeah. Same for you, Tim?
Yeah, same.
Yes and no. So there's always going to be people that like are going to be completely different to you, different lifestyle, different... Well, people, really.
Yeah.
They don't come from your background or the rest of it, so it's like, what do they get up to?
It is clear that music venues are not just places for people to experience live music. The people I spoke to generally saw them as hubs of their communities, a place where people with a common self-identification, a common culture, and a set of norms can meet and form relationships. The love of this particular music is not just a shared universal quality, but a specificity that directly influences the relationships. The event entices people into close proximity, and the commonality provides the basis for unifying the members.
Tonight I learned that strangers make friends at music venues, and communities form around that, and it's bloody beautiful. So yeah, that's enough for me. I'm gonna go home and get a good night's sleep.